Hi, welcome back to the class. Uh, ISD is information system in digital environment. Actually, it is a it is an important part in AAT now. Okay, so in your first chapter, they are teaching you about the concept of information systems and impact of information system. In this chapter, when considering the contents, there are several contents, right? So the main part, they are explaining you about the concept of information system and impact of information system, right? So in that, they will tell you what is the data and information, what are the differences between data and information, the characteristic of information, and the element of an information system. And also, they will tell you the relationship between information technology and information system, IT and IS, and business process re-engineering using IT, impact of IT and IS on finance, impact of IT and IS on the other organizational sectors, competitive advantages of business process, how ICT supports data analysis, decision making, and use of ICT tools for analyzing data and information systems in society, and then finally using the managing personal information. These are the topics in your chapter, right? So one by one, let's learn what are the content about in your chapter, right? So the first heading, as you know, in your first chapter, it is explained about the concept of information system and impact of information system, right? So let's see what are data and information. In short, okay, in short, if I explain you about data and information, maybe there are some people who know about information and data. Also, you should know what is a knowledge, right? So normally, in short, data is, it can be numbers, okay? You should remember that, right? Data can be numbers, they can be words, they can be images or symbols, but they don't have any meaning when standing alone. Understood? If it is alone, we can't understand that. There is no meaning. So it can be words, it can be numbers, images, charts, symbols, whatever, picture. If it stands alone, they don't bear any meaning. They are called as data. So as it is given here, the numbers, words, images, and symbols which do not bear a meaning when standing alone, scattered, uncategorized, or unorganized are called as data. With this data, we can't make any decision, okay? Decision making is impossible with data because we don't understand the data now. So with this data, we can't make any decision. Also, the raw materials of data processing. So when you process them, these are the raw materials. So the raw materials of for data processing can be considered as the low level of knowledge. That is the low level of the knowledge. Data are the low level of the knowledge. For an example, student name, customer name, student marks, salary, subject, discount, whatever. But when it is given alone, for an example, I am telling to you, Ahmed. So it is a data, you have no idea about Ahmed, right? It is only a data, no information. So you can't make any decision with with this data, with this name. You can't make any decision because it is not clear, it is not clear enough. Understood? So those things are called as data. Next one, information. What are information? Information are the processed data. When you process the data, they are called as information. So the processed arranged data is called information. They have meaningful values which can be used to make decision. With information, okay, information, there are quality informations, okay, there are characteristic for quality information, and we will learn about the quality about the characteristic of the quality of the information. Okay, we will learn them. So when you are making decision, you should have meaningful information. So information, they have meaningful values which can be used to make decisions. For an example, weather report, employee attendance, details report, student report sheet, and etc. Now you know what is a data and information. Still, if you don't have any idea about data and information, and I can give you other examples also, right? So we'll go to the knowledge and then again we will come to the data and information. What is knowledge? Knowledge thus describes the collected information that is available about a particular thing or person. Also, this makes the possibility to make informed decisions and solve problems. It is important to process information with necessary skills and experiences. So, what is a knowledge? Describes the collected information that is available about a particular thing or person. That is a knowledge, right? You have an information and you describe these collected information which are available about the particular person or thing. That is a knowledge. With the information, you can describe things. And also this makes the possibility to make informed decisions and solve problems. So if you have the knowledge, you can make possibility to make informed decisions and solve problems. Also, it is important to process information with necessary skills and experiences. So it is important to process information. When you are processing this information with your knowledge, it is necessary to have skills and experiences. So with skills and experiences also this knowledge comes. Understood? So again, for the people who didn't understand what is an information or what is a data, okay? For an example, I will show you a small slide. Considering the data, okay? For an example, I am bringing some ingredients like this to you. Oh, I am giving you some ingredients like this. For an example, butter, salt, milk, egg, flour, sugar, baking powder, and vanilla essence or whatever, some ingredients like this I am giving to you, right? So these are data, right? Data mean you understand these things, but you can't make decision with this, right? No decision making. It is hard to make decision with these things. So these are called as data, right? These are raw materials. So these are raw materials. These are called as data. So what I do with this data, I process them. Okay. How I process them? Processing mean there is an act happening. For an example, what is the act? You mix them together, you beat them together, and then you bake it, right? So after beating them together, after processing this data, after processing these ingredients, finally an information will be given to you. That is the cake. So if you want me to explain it more in details, data, okay, if I give you these ingredients for Samiro, for Tamimo, for anyone, for Iznio, for anyone, if I give this data, if I give these ingredients and I tell you to eat them, can you guys eat these ingredients? It is meaningless, right? Can you eat them? Yes or no? Is it possible to eat these ingredients? Any answers? I think you won't. No, right? You can't eat them. No. Why? Because it is, you can't understand that, right? So it is meaningless. No meaning for this. So the first question will be, teacher, how can I eat these things? That is the question you will ask me, right? So if there is a question like that aroused, that means that these things are data, right? That means how I can eat them. What is the meaning of this? What is this? So if there is a question like, what is this? What is the meaning? I can't understand, then it is a data. So if you want to change this data into a meaningful thing, it is called as information. So if someone asks you what is an information, you can tell an information, this information is the processed data. The information is the processed data. Right now, I think you have an idea about the information and data. Okay, now let's come to the book. And knowledge is with this data, this information, okay, with this information, with this collected information, you can describe them. Okay, you can describe about the particular information available with you, right? So that is the knowledge. And the knowledge also, when you are making decisions or when you are solving problems, you should have knowledge, no, so to solve these problems, to give a decision, to make a decision. And also you should have skills, you should have necessary skills and experience to solve these problems or to make decisions with these information. That is a knowledge, right? So now I think you have a clear idea about the data, information and knowledge. What are the differences between data and information? First of all, these are the basic of differences, right? These are the basic differences and these are data and information. So the first difference is in meaning, right? Data are meaningless. They are meaningless numbers, words, images and symbols and inputs to any computing systems. So when you are inputting something to the system, okay, to the computer, they are data. When you input something to the computer, they are data. What are information? They are processed data. In short, they are meaningful, not like data. Okay, information are meaningful, reliable and accurate. It is correct and reliable, obtained to make proper analysis. Why we make this information or why we process this data? We obtain these processed data to make proper analysis, to make proper decision. That's why we are converting this data into information. Now, I think you have an idea about the difference of the data and information in meaning. In features, data available in the form of individual units that processes raw materials only. Doesn't carry any meaning. Again, it doesn't carry any meaning, no meaning. Information, they are processed data, contain a group of data that collectively depict logical, right? So depict logical mean the feature of this information. Again, you can make decision with this information. Dependency doesn't depend on information. So this data doesn't depend on information. Information, they are derived from the data because we are processing the data now. 1 plus 1 is a data. Understood now? 1 plus 1 is a data. What is the information? 2 is the information. So with this number 2, you can make decision. So this 2, this information which we obtained as 2, it derived from the data now. It came out from the 1 plus 1. So it derived from the data. But data doesn't depend on information. When you process them, it is done. It doesn't depend with information. The nature of data and information, again, meaningless, no specified. So it is no meaning. But information, it is specific. It talks about a specific thing, that is information. Useful for developing ideas or conclusions. Why we use data? We use data to develop ideas or conclusion. Conclusion means the conclusion, you know, right? Mudivu. Provide news and meaning. So here it develops idea or conclusion. Using the data, the raw material, we can use them to develop ideas or conclusion. But when coming with information, they are provide They are providing news and meaning. When you see this information, they will give you a news or they will give you a meaning. Again, it is meaningful, right? The measurement, measurable in form of bits and bytes. When you measure data, they can measured by bits or byte. They can be numbers. These are the measurement, okay? It can be numbers, it can be letters, set of characters, and etc. And the information, when you are measuring the information, it is measurable in meaningful terms. There are meaningful terms. That how you measure an information. If it is a cake, then it is meaningful. Understood? You can measure it. It is meaningful. But the data, it is measurable in bits or byte and bytes. Bits or byte mean it is not meaningful, right? Again, it is not meaningful. So again and again, they are explaining you that data are meaningless and information is meaningful. Represented as, the data represented as collected as tabular data, okay, it can be in tables, data trees, we draw data trees, and also graphs, okay, charts, those are represented with these things. But information represented as ideas, okay, information are ideas, thoughts, references, and language based on given data. Again, it is meaningful, okay, ideas are meaningful, no, thoughts are meaningful, references and language based on given data are meaningful, right? Methods of use, how we use these data and information. Data collected to be useful. We are collecting these data to be useful, to process them and make them as an information. So we collect them to be useful. Information, when they are processed as information, becomes useful. So these data, you collect them to make a useful thing, okay? Information, you process them to become a useful thing. Again, you should read these things, okay? My explanation is not enough. Use in decision making. So which one we use to make decision? If it's raw, not useful to make decision. So here data, it is not useful to make decision, okay? It is not useful, right? 0. When coming to the information, very useful to make decision. Level of knowledge provides low level knowledge. So with the data, it provides a low level knowledge. That means you it can't understand, it is meaningless, no. So you can't make any decision. So the knowledge is low level. But information consists of second level of knowledge. Confidentiality belongs to an organization and cannot be sold to the public. So confidentiality mean, for an example, we'll say the salary of your employees, it is belong to your organization only. You can't sold them or you can't sell them to the public. No confidentiality, that means. With information can be made public if required and be sold to. When you make them as information, when you change them into information, you can sell them to the public or you can make it as a public property and sell them to. Design, not designed to serve the purpose of any specific need of user or user. If someone wants the data, it is again meaningless. Okay, it is not designed to serve the purpose of any specific need of user. We can't, it is not designed to give to anyone. It is meaningless now. The information, after transformed as information, it will serve the specific needs or the expectations of users. So for an example, if I tell this one, the O-level results, okay? So with the O-level result sheet, the principal can't make any decision. No. So it is designed. The data here, it is designed. The O-level result sheet is designed no, in tabular method. But it doesn't serve the purpose of any specific need or user. You can't give to anyone because these are only data. With these raw materials, you can't make any decision. But if you, for an example, if the principal asked you to like, what do you call, to analyze them, to analyze the data and make them in chart form, okay, or to make them in pie chart, then here it is transformed as an information. So with this pie chart, okay, I can analyze, I can understand the mark, I can understand the O-level result sheet. Okay, I can make decision whether what to do with these O-level students or upcoming O-level students. What can I do with them? So I can make decisions. So it it serves the specific need of the user or the expectation. Okay, it serves, it completes. Okay, deterioration, it destroys with time. So when times goes, it destroys, this data destroys, no, it is meaningless, no. So we are not keeping this what do you call this, the data with us, so it destroys. But information remains as it is with the passage of time. Information won't be destroyed, we keep them. Types, what are the types of data and information? Qualitative and quantitative. Qualitative mean, what is meant by qualitative and quantitative? Qualitative mean formed when the categories available in data are separated and expressed via natural languages. Quantitative mean refers to numerical quantification and measurements capable of being expressed as number. Quantitative, you know, quantity, the quantity, right? So it refers with to the numerical quantification and measurements capable of being expressed as numbers. So qualitative and it is expressed via natural language, right? It can be your language, it can be in English language, Tamil language, Sinhala, whatever the language. It is qualitative, right? Formed when the categories available in data are separated and expressed via natural language. Quantitative mean it can be numbers. So these are the types of the data, quantitative and qualitative. The types of the information varied, varied and as per user requirement. So when the user wants it as a qualitative, we can give it as a qualitative. If the user wants it as a quantitative, then we can change it into quantitative and give it to the user, right? As the user requires, the type can be changed. The units of measurement. When you are measuring the data and information, how to measure the data and information? When you are measuring the data, it can be in bits, in nibbles, in bytes, in terabyte, in kilobyte, in gigabyte, in megabyte, and etc. Okay, there are many bytes there, right? Yeah, so in a computer system, because we are entering this data into the computer system now. So when we are entering this data to the computer, it it measures its unit as these, as bits, nibbles, bytes, terabyte, kb, gb, and mb, and etc. There are many more. But when you are measuring the units of the information, same as quantity, it can be a quantity, it can be a time, voltage, etc. Occurs in the term of references and idea. So it can be changed. It occurs as the references and the idea. So if you give an idea as a time, so the unit of measurement of the information will be a time. If it is quantity, then the unit of the measurement of information will be a quantity. So these are the differences between data and information. So when you are considering it in short, okay, what we are getting or what we are taking from this table is data is meaningless, information is meaningful. You should know that. Okay, so with the data we can't make any decision makings, and it is not quality. But when information we can make decision making, and also it is it is a quality information, right? So this is what you should take from this table. So the characteristic of the information, you should meet a good quality information to make useful decision. When it comes with information, information always should be in a quality, it should be quality. Okay, if the information is quality, okay, then only you can make useful decisions. Because information, it can be as a quality good information, or else it cannot be as a good quality information, right? But if you want to make a useful decision, okay, a useful decision, then you should have a good quality information. So what are the characteristic of good quality information? There are some characteristics. For an example, it can be, it should be understandable. When you take an information, when you read an information, or if someone gives you information, you should understand the information very clearly, right? Since information is already in a summarized form, right? So what is information? It is in summarized form now. It gives you as a summary. It processes the data and give you the summary. So since information is already in a summarized form, it must be understood by the receiver so that it will interpret correctly. Should be presented clearly, can be summarized or chart. When I present you information, that information should be presented clearly in a summarized form or else in a chart form. But it should be clear. Need to be communicated using an appropriate medium as email, printed, reports, or presentation. So when I communicate this information with someone else, okay, when I give you this information, we should use an appropriate, a suitable communication medium to communicate this information. I can send you this information via email, okay, or I can email this information, or they can be printed. I can print this information in as papers and give you, or else I can make a report in this information, or else I can make a presentation and give you the information. Business should also consider developing templates so that the information will be in a similar style. So there are a lot of information when you are working in a company, or when you are having a business, or whatever the thing, okay, if you are working in a school, when you are making some particular information, there should be a template. Okay, you should use a template. So now for an example, we'll say the information about the salary of the teachers, or the information about the salary of your employee in your company. When you are taking the information about the salary of the employees, there should be a template. It shouldn't be different. Okay, always you should use the same template for the salary. When you are using a template, you should when you are doing the finance thing, there should be a template. Okay, when you are taking the details of the employees, there should be a particular template. Then it will be easy to you to understand the information. Now understood what is the first characteristic of the information? It should be understandable. Velanga கூடியதாக ஈக்கணும். Second one, relevant. It should be relevant, right? Relevant mean, what is the meaning of relevant? Relevant mean, if I ask you to give me information about the salary of the employees, you should give me the, for an example, now we'll say the manager of your company calls you and tells you to prepare a report on the salary of the employees of 2021. Okay, if you make a report, okay, if you make a report not only with the employees who are not only with the employee salary of 2021, but also with the employee salary of 2020, is it correct? Is it relevant? Is it relevant? It is not relevant, right? So when you are making an information, first one, it should be understandable. Second one, it should be relevant. Relevant to the information I am asking from you, right? So the information should be related and meaningful to the decision maker and should be in the area of responsibility. Another example for that, you are going for a job interview. They are asking you some particular some particular certificates, right? So they might ask you a certificate of your degree, or if you have any other higher studies certificate, right? So you should take these relevant certificates only. If you take your grade 1 to 10 report sheet, is it relevant to the information they ask? No. So if you take non-relevant, okay, not relevant, if you take information not relevant which they are asking for, then it means they can't make a good quality decision. They can't make a meaningful decision. For that, the information should be relevant. Next one, the information should be complete. It should be complete, the information, right? You know, when some people are giving information, they are giving the information, only the half of the information, not fully, not completely. But the information should be complete. If you want to make a quality decision, then you should have a complete information. Complete information means information should contain all the necessary facts for the decision maker to satisfactorily solve the problem. For an example, you are going to the doctor. Okay, you are having stomachache. You are going to the doctor, or you have a trouble. You go to a lawyer. They are telling, no, you shouldn't lie to a lawyer or the doctor. You should give them all the complete information should be given to the doctor and the lawyer. If you give half of the information to the doctor, then you will die, okay, out of wrong medicine. If you give wrong information, or if you give incomplete information to the lawyer, then you will be spoiled. Okay, you can't be the what do you call, the case won't be, you won't win the case. So the information should be complete. If you give an information to somebody, the information should be complete. So information should contain all the necessary facts for the decision maker to satisfactorily solve the problem. Next one, available. It should be readily accessible at any time when it is needed. Technology has made this act very easy nowadays, that the information will be accessed 24 hours. So when you want any information, it should be available anytime. 7 days, 24 hours, 365 days. It should be available. So before this technology, it was a little bit hard to make the information available, right? But with the help of the technology nowadays, the information can be accessed 24 hours. Whenever you want to access the information, you can go to the information and take them. Next one, reliable or trustworthy. Nambah. Information always should be accurate. எப்போமே information accurate ஆயிக்கணும். It should be accurate. சரியா ஆயிக்கணும், திருத்தமா ஆயிக்கணும், accurate ஆயிக்கணும். Consistent with facts and verified, if not verified ஆயிக்கணும், right? It should be accurate, consistent with facts and verified. If not, it will lead to decisions of poor quality. For an example, we'll say a weather report, okay? A weather report gives you an unreliable information. For an example, they should give you the tomorrow's or the upcoming weather report. No, if they gave you the weather report of yesterday's one, it is not reliable, right? So then you make a wrong decision. Maybe tomorrow will rain, but they are telling you that tomorrow is not raining. They gave you a false information. Then what is happening here? You make a wrong decision, right? So always the information should be trustworthy. It should be reliable. நம்பகத்தன்மையா இருக்கணும். Concise. Information always should be clear and short, including all details. It should be very, very clear. We say it as crystal clear. It should be crystal clear. Okay? All the details should be included in that. If not, it would be a big burden to the management to make accurate decision on time due to bounded rationality. Bounded rationality means the limits of the thinking process, which cannot sort out and process large amounts of information. If you have a large amount of data, information, okay, then the thinking process will be hard because there are a lot of information. No, that's why we are telling to the information maker, or when they are processing the data, we are telling to them to make the data short and sweet. Short and sweet mean it should consist all the data should be included, and it should be short. Okay, it shouldn't be like a huge information papers. No, it should be very short, and all the details should be included in that. That is concise, right? Next one, timely. Timely mean it should be what do you call, information must be delivered at the right time, at the right place, to the right person. Also, it should be delivered at the specific time period and not out of date. As I told you, the weather report, it should be timely, right? The weather report, you should give the weather report at the right time, right place, right person. Understood? It shouldn't be out of date. Okay, so that is timely. Timely mean we'll say it in Tamil as காலத்துக்கு பொருத்தமானதாக இருக்க வேண்டும். That is timely, right? Next one, cost effective. The information is not desirable if the solution is more costly than the problem. Now you are having a problem, you want to solve a problem. Okay, you have a problem, you want to solve a problem. So when you are solving the problem, the cost of solving the problem, like how you call desirable if the solution is more costly than the problem. Okay, now you have information, right? So we'll say the cost of gathering data and processing processing is into information must weigh against the benefits derived from using such information. Elements of information system. கூறுகள். Information system ஓட கூறுகள் என்னன்னு கேட்டாக்க, now a combination of components, subsystems, okay, components that work together to fulfill a task, that is an information system. An information system is a combination of components or subsystems that work together to fulfill a task. தகவல் முறைமை இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் சிஸ்டம் தகவல் முறைமை என்று சொல்றது ஒரு சேர்க்கை உண்டு எதுட சேர்க்கை என்று சொன்னா சில கூறுகளோட சேர்க்கை ஒன்றுக்கு தான் நாங்க வந்து இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் சிஸ்டம் என்று சொல்றோம் நாங்க இந்த இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் சிஸ்டம் என்னத்துக்கு யூஸ் பண்றேன்னு சொன்னா எங்களுக்கு சில தேவைகள் இருக்கிற அந்த தேவைகளை நிறைவேற்றி கொள்றதுக்கு தான் இந்த இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் சிஸ்டம் நான் பயன்படுத்துறேன் so it has various inputs which go through certain processes to produce certain outputs which together accomplish the overall desired goal for the system இதுல நாங்க நிறைய inputs போடுற நிறைய data போடுற because we are using this system to fulfill a task now right so when we are fulfilling a task first of all you should put inputs there are various inputs there are a lot of inputs right go through certain processes there are certain processes which together it process and gives the certain output produces the certain output for an example an organization is made up of many administrative and management functions products services do you have any question no okay so for an example there is an organization it is made up of many administrative and management functions okay products services groups and individuals if one of the system is changed the nature of the overall system is changed as well so for an example this is an information system okay we input things we process them and then it gives me the output right with the output feedbacks can come from the environment okay and then again I can input things I can input these feedbacks process them and output them I control this system okay the boundaries and interfaces there are some boundaries and interfaces but in short இந்த இதுக்கு தான் நாங்க information system என்று சொல்றோம் this is an information system so what a component does in information system that is the subsystems components வந்து subsystems இது ஒவ்வொரு systems இருக்கிறது இதுல systems a collection of subsystems are these இது வந்து collection of subsystems என்று நாங்க சொல்றோம் interrelative components mean dependence of one part of the system on one or more other system parts. Boundaries, the line that marks the inside and outside of a system and that sets off the system from its environment. Purpose, what is the purpose of this system? The overall goal or the function of a system. That is the purpose எங்களுக்கு ஒரு விஷயம் ஒன்று டாஸ்க் ஒன்று செஞ்சு கொள்ளணுமே that's why we are using this overall system who are the environment everything external to a system that interacts with the system இந்த system ஓட interact பண்றவங்க இருக்கிறதானே அவங்களுக்கு தான் நாங்க environment என்று சொல்றோம் சூழல் என்று சொல்றோம் interface what is interface point out this is off spelling mistake point of contact where a system meets its environment or where subsystems meet each other. If in the output varudhe, after this output comes, it goes to someone, right? That is the interface. It can be the environment, it can be the people, it can be the subsystem or whoever. Constraints and a limit to what a system can accomplish. There is a limit, okay, for the system. Which it can obtain. Input again is the data that enters into the system for processing. You know the inputs, whatever the input, whatever the data we input to the computer are called as the input. And the output, the final outcome of the processing and the main objective of a system which is helpful for its user. Right. So I hope everybody understood the lesson today. And thank you for joining the class, everyone. Let's meet again at the next class and have a nice day, everyone.